If you drink coffee every day, this video could quite literally change the way you use it forever. Now, I love coffee because A, it tastes great, and B, it can boost your performance, your mood, and your focus. But most people are using it in a way that's making them more tired and more dependent every single day. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how caffeine works, how much you should drink, what the best practices are, and how you can use it in a way to have more energy, more focus, improved performance, and less crashes. Let's go. As you probably know, caffeine is a stimulant, meaning that it increases your physiological or nervous activity in your body. It works by blocking a molecule in your brain called adenosine, which makes you feel tired. The best way I can explain this is to imagine a parking lot where the parked cars is the adenosine that's built up in your body. But then you drink coffee, and then the adenosine comes right in and it blocks the parking spot of the adenosine so it's not leaving the parked car go away. Suddenly, you feel more awake, but not because caffeine is giving you more energy, it's because caffeine blocks the adenosine receptor and it simply stops you from feeling tired in that moment. In addition to blocking adenosine, caffeine will also boost your dopamine and your acetylcholine, which are neurotransmitters that will help you feel more motivated, more focused, and improve your mood in the morning. It also increases your adrenaline, which is an amazing performance enhancer both in the gym and at work. But here's the catch. Adenosine doesn't go away because caffeine is blocking its spot. And as soon as the caffeine wears out a few hours later, all of the parked adenosine that's still left suddenly starts to drive away and you feel tired again. This is also what's called the caffeine crash, but we will get to this in a little bit. As you can see, caffeine doesn't give you more energy, it just simply blocks your tiredness for a little bit. However, used smartly, caffeine can do a lot of great things for your body and your mind. It can boost your focus, your memory, and your reaction times. It can increase your strength, your power, and your endurance. It can help with fat burning and appetite control by lowering a hormone called ghrelin, which is the hormone that makes you feel hungry. It's been linked to lower rates of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and also depression, and it may even support longevity in moderation. Now, the interesting thing about caffeine is that it is a reinforcer, meaning you don't necessarily get addicted to caffeine itself, but to the ritual around it. I have to admit that sometimes holding a paper cup with some coffee in it feels a lot better than actually drinking it. That's caffeine working its magic. Now, how much caffeine should you drink per day? The sweet spot for caffeine seems to be between 1 to 3 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per sitting, meaning that if you weigh 80 kilos like me, that will be between 80 and 240 milligrams at a time. Here is a cheat sheet of some very common caffeinated drinks, and as you can see, that will be about 1 to 3 cups of coffee. Now, as you probably noticed, I did say at a time, meaning that this is not your total daily intake per se. In fact, you can consume up to 2 times this amount per day, and you can still experience more good health benefits from caffeine than negatives. However, if you have more than that per day, or you exceed the 1 to 3 milligram mark per sitting, so you have 4 double shots of espresso in one go, then you're probably gonna feel more anxious, more jittery, and a whole lot more tired afterwards. Keep in mind that some people have a set genetic tolerance when it comes to caffeine, but you can still adapt your tolerance a little bit, meaning that if you start at 1 milligram per kilogram per sitting and slowly work your way up to 3, you can still have health benefits, but you will have to build it up over time and not go straight to 3. Now let's get to a few best practices. You've probably heard people telling you to wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking up to have coffee, and let me explain why. There's 2 reasons. First, when you wake up, your body releases cortisol, which is the stress hormone, but in the morning, that's a good thing because it helps you feel more alert and more awake. Now, as your body starts to increase cortisol and you ingest caffeine, that is an external factor causing your body to produce more cortisol, and that's going to blunt the natural cortisol spike. Think of cortisol as the sunroof opening up slowly in the morning and bringing in the natural light in your room, but then caffeine comes in and it slams the sunroof shut, and instead it turns off a weak-ass little flashlight. You get alertness, but not the full brightness. The second reason is adenosine. Remember how caffeine comes in and it blocks the adenosine and it doesn't let it leave? Well, as I mentioned before, a few hours later, once the caffeine wears off, all the adenosine that's still parked tries to leave, and then that's when the tiredness hits and you get the caffeine crash. If you wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking up to have coffee, you can give your body a chance to clear the adenosine out naturally and to increase your cortisol also naturally, giving you the best chances of having stable energy throughout the day. So let your body wake up naturally first, and then slam those espresso shots and go turbo mode. The next best practice is also the most important one, I'd say, other than your total intake, and that's to cut caffeine off about 8 to 10 hours before bed. The reason for this is because caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours, meaning that 6 hours after you consume caffeine, half of the caffeine content is still in your body. Then 10 to 12 hours later, that's when most of the caffeine is probably cleared out of your body. If you find yourself awake at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling, wondering why you made that embarrassing post in 2014 on Facebook, then that's probably why. And if you're one of those people who can still fall asleep easily after having coffee in the evening, you're not necessarily getting quality sleep because caffeine can mess with your deep sleep. Number 3 is to use caffeine before your workouts because it can actually help you improve your performance and make some more gains. Another great best practice is to cycle caffeine, meaning you drink coffee anywhere from 2 to 5 days, then you take a break for 2-3 days, and then you drink it again. That way you're not having coffee every single day, you're not letting your body adapt to it, and you can experience the full benefits of caffeine without building up a tolerance. By sticking to the recommended daily dose that I mentioned and by implementing these best practices, you can experience all of the positive health benefits that caffeine has to offer, meaning more alertness, increased cognitive function, and mental performance without the crashes or feeling more tired. On the other hand, drinking too much caffeine is going to increase your anxiety. It can mess with your deep sleep, meaning you have less energy and you're performing at a lower level every single day. And it can also create a dependency, which is something we definitely don't want. You don't want to wake up and have to drink coffee before you can even function as a normal human being. What are you gonna do if someone breaks into your house? You'll be like, oh, 1 second, don't rob me yet, let me have my coffee, and then I'll deal with that. No, just kidding. But me personally, I don't want to depend on any substance in order to be able to function. Not to mention that caffeine misuse is going to lead to huge energy crashes during the day, and then what you usually do is you have another coffee, and the cycle goes on and on and on. From crash to more coffee, from crash to more coffee, to bad sleep, to bad mood, to bad life. Complete disaster. Caffeine can help you train harder, work better, and feel more alive because, let's be honest, it just makes mornings suck way less if you use it the right way. If this sounds too overwhelming for you right now, maybe start by sticking to the 300 milligram per day maximum. Maybe delay your first coffee by 30 minutes and then slowly work up to 90. Let your body do its thing first. And of course, you don't have to obsess about it and do it every day and be like, oh no, I need to wait 90 minutes before having coffee. I can't have any coffee. Listen, if you want to get a good workout in the morning, you might be better off having some coffee before. Use caffeine with intention, not addiction. Now, what's your go-to coffee? Is it espresso, americano, cappuccino? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you're not only trying to improve your health, but you also want to build muscle, lose fat, and get in shape, go to the description, press the link, and leave your email below. For the next 31 days, I'm going to send you the exact strategies that I use with my clients to help them get them in the best shape of their life and improve their health. It's completely free, and it's only a 2-minute read a day.